dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Here goes another one. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I say guard. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. See how we're in the cranca. Bye. You know, that's the remake. Hey, I'm channeling my inner Sir Dino. Now trip out in the menudo style in direct fashion. A lot of people have been asking me to speak on or react to the Gold Toes American Cholo interview. First and foremost, I want to commend both those gentlemen for sitting down and having a great conversation. I thought it was very informational. I thought for sure we learned a lot about unity and a lot of things that are going to happen in the future on both sides, both camps, right? You know, to sit here and belittle a person that's putting in the legwork, that's making things happen, I'd be a poop butt and a hypocrite to do that, right? I can't do that. Like I've always said, man, everyone has their own lane and there's no need to explain. Everyone's doing what they do in a menudo style, in a direct fashion, or whatever fashion they want to do it in. One thing I will say is this. I thought a lot of the things that were said were facts. You know, to have two gentlemen sit down, well, at one point in time, one of them had a bias, you know, against Northern California. Because let's be real. You know, let's be real without putting words in people's mouth. Because Gil said it himself. You know, at one point in time, he had a bias. You know, but he had the same bias that I once had for Southern California. So there's no difference there. You know, when you're young and you went through the 90s era, the guerra, the North-South issues, you know, it's instilled in you. It's indoctrinated. It's told to you time and time again, these guys are different. These guys are not like us. These guys are the enemigo. These guys right here want to hurt you, want to do bad things to you. So you have to stand your ground, plant your flag, and handle your business. Now, some of us went through it a little bit more than others. You know, I understand Gil being incarcerated in the California Youth Authority. He did see some things. He did have interaction at one point in time or come across norteños. So he knows the get down. He knows what it is. Now, of course, having not went to prison, you don't truly grasp the concept of canalismo or respect between North and South unless you've been there on them yards and done that. See, a lot of people that still hold this bias, even now, 30 years later, as grown men, it's because they haven't been on the same yards or functioned alongside of and don't really know the get down and don't really know that, hey, look at the wind's blowing. We're not too much guard. Are we that much different? There are differences, vast differences, I guess you would say. Maybe hairstyle, the way we talk, the swag, the stilo. But at the end of the day, we're all brown, right? So I could understand where Gil had a bias towards the North. As at one point, like I said, I had a bias towards the South. I think my eyes were opened more so when I was younger in the Youth Authority. Having been around so many Southsiders, Sureños, and seeing the way they wiggled and rocked and handled their business amongst their own more so than anyone else, it got me to thinking, hey, these vatos got heart, they got corra, they're down, right? And me living that gangster stilo or being accustomed and indoctrinated with that fashion, how the hell could I sit here and belittle people that's really rocking that look just like me? The brown and proud. Somos Chicanos, right? Now, Gil made the move to invite Gold Toes, Julio Gold Toes, to his platform. And now Julio's a very well-known figure in Northern California. You know, most norteños, younger, older, northerners, whatever you want to call them, know who Gold Toes is or know about Gold Toes, right? A product of the Bay Area. See, the Bay has always moved different from everywhere else in the world. Different from the Valley, different from LA, different from Japan. That's it right there, just different. Entrepreneurs, innovators. You know, it seems like the Bay has their own swag. They've always been light years ahead of everybody else. It's facts, it's truth. Maybe not necessarily so much in the music game, but pretty much in everything else when it comes to California. Now, I'll say this. The gang-related issues in the Bay are just as thick and heavy in the politics as anywhere else. Whether it be South Central LA to Compton, whether it be San Diego, all the way back to Merced, the politicking is real. You know, so in the Bay Area, they move a little bit differently. It's more turf than anything, but the gangs are infused out there, so you will see hoods and barrios. Of course, the majority of the gente you're going to see in Raza are going to be norteños. So you have to understand that Julio was in the mix with them. Maybe not necessarily a norteño claiming 1/4, todo, oh my, orale, excited. Maybe he didn't do it like that, but he did have a lot of influence through his music, and a lot of canalismo went on between himself and the norteños. Now, there's a lot of people that like to say, oh no, Julio was a norteño. For sure, what he was and what he wasn't isn't anybody's business. He rocked with the Lato, so hey, you are who you flock with, right? Birds of a feather flock together. Is that how it goes? Well, guy, in any case, whether that man was an established norteño or not is his business. But one thing I know for sure is he's a good man, putting a lot of good people on. See, there's not a lot of people that do that. I try to do that here on YouTube, put people on. Help people. Hey, Gun, can you help me start a channel? What does that? Yeah, I just need help, man. And I do what I can, and some people spit in my hand, and some people run with it, and they build an empire. But I'm always willing to help. That's a fact. That's one thing for surely, though. Now, Gil has built his own empire on YouTube. He has built his own lane. He has built his own talk show, his own podcast, or whatever you want to call it. Him as well as Boo Boo over there, and I respect both them guys. Don't always see eye to eye. Don't always agree, but we can agree to disagree. I'm a grown man. He's a grown man. Let's be grown men about things. For sure, on some real gangster shit, as he has said before, Gil, I'm going to recognize real. I'm going to recognize brown men doing their thing, whether it be Cali Mac, the Raza, whatever label you want to put on it. I'm going to recognize it for what it is, and it's for the progression of the brown man. Period. And that's it. That's the way I see it. I don't care what label you put on it. I'm going to rock with me and mine's, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to diss you and yours. Now, they sat down together the other day, GOLDTOES and Gil. And this was something that I think everybody was anticipating for a while. Gil had put it out about a year ago that he was going to have GOLDTOES come in. Of course, the schedules didn't meet. More than meets the eye. They didn't meet the eye, right? They just, maybe they missed each other in traffic, or it just wasn't happening. GOLDTOES is a very, very, very busy man, a businessman, putting a lot of people on, black and brown, and the woods, brother. One of these days he's going to have a wood rapper that just tears everyone up. But he's definitely doing his thing, so he's a busy man. So the time schedules finally got right, and they were able to sit down, and we anticipated what were they going to say, what questions were going to be asked. I thought there were some very good questions asked, and I thought there were some very good answers to them questions. Now, we know that there's a lot going on for the Raza, especially right now. The YouTube platforms, social media, the rap game, we're on explosion, not corrosion, right? We're doing things that we have never done before. We're experiencing experiences that have been closed off to us, not because people did that, but because we did it to ourselves. I've always said, man, the only way to get there is go there. The only way to make it happen is make it happen. It is what it is until it is what it is. And the only people that hold ourselves back is ourselves. North and South. Let's put that to the side. Yeah. Guard! Can you hold that real quick? Brown. Everybody. The only way to travel that road is to get out there and travel. To make it happen. To open up doors for ourselves. The Africano brothers have done that. The black brothers did that. Oh, they're too short, right? They opened up doors for each other. The whites have always done that. Hey, come in, brother. You need a shot of coffee? Well, that's going to run you 2 shot glasses, but come on, right? And then that's how they do it. But the brown is always like, nah, Charlie, Holmes. You're from up there or you're from down there. Same thing. You from 18 or what? I think there's some 18th Street. You know what I mean? About this trip. La Primera lives and just a whole lot of division and tribalism. We can get into the cultura. It stems all the way back from tribalism. It stems all the way back from our ancestors and our people, only being about them and what was in front of them, their people. They considered every group different. They spoke different languages, different dialects. But at the end of the day, man, they were all the same. And I think we're coming to realize that now, 5,000 years later, that we're all the same. And it's time to make moves in order to get that bolsita and get some recognition and put some respect on the brown name. It's time for us to get that. And the only way to get that is to get it ourselves. So Julio definitely is a king in that realm for helping so many people, for putting so many people on. You know, it took 25, 30 years in the rap game for that man to finally, be reaching out. And now, he's getting the South involved in his record label. And I think it's a beautiful thing. People like Swifty Blue and Grifo and whoever else that he signs. Now, I remember last week, there was a clip put out. Wise choice, man. Great move by Gil to put out that clip about Swifty being Goldtoe's son. Now, we all know, anyone with common sense knows that in the Bay Area, that's the way they talk. What's up, son? What's up, kid? Just like New York. So when people asked me in my DMs, hey, Gun, is he really his dad? Is Goldtoe's really? I said, Charlie, homie. I said, I'm not going to rain on Gil's parade. He's smart. And that was a smooth move, a smart move to put that out there, to intrigue the people, to encompass some type of, hey, whoa, I might have to watch this. Smart move. In YouTube, that's what it is, man. It's not about trickery or hickory dickory dock, because the mouse is going to run around the clock. What it is about is being smart enough to pick your spots and know what the people want to see, or intrigue them into watching something that might quite not be exactly what they thought it was, but once they're there, they're pleasantly surprised. I know I was. So when people ask me, hey, is Swifty really his son? No, man. What he meant in different terms is, he feels like a son, like that's his son. He wants nothing more to be that father figure, that role, that guy, that guidance, the one that will show him, the example, things of that nature. He looks at him as a youngster that has a lot of talent and it could prosper in the game if he had the right guidance. It's kind of like a pimp to a hoe, but different. The pimpeando is real. He just wants to guide her. Right? Put her on the track and get that stack. Bring it on back. Because I'm a Mac. Nah, not a motherfucker can say nah, nutter like I say nah, nutter. Right? That's like that, but it's different. Because he doesn't mean it in a derogatory form. He meant it as, this is my son. This is my kid, man. This is someone I want to see grow in the game. And only someone who's already been there and done that and continues as such can teach him. Bang. So there it was. I seen it right from the gate. I already knew what he was talking about. Because I was like, there ain't no damn way he nah, nutter. Norteño went down there and did a nah, nutter thing to Renya. At least not in the daylight. Now, I will say this, and these are facts. That was a great interview. Like I said, I commend these individuals for sitting down, for having the fortitude, the balls, the wherewithal, the smarts, the street smarts, as well as the business acumen to sit down and reach, more people. The more the masses that you reach, the masses are reached. And then they're felt. Our voices are not only heard, but felt. See, it's a difference between hearing someone and feeling someone. Yeah, I hear him. Nah, man, I feel this about them. This about them real. You can feel the compassion. You can feel the passion. You can feel the burning desire in their heart to get their point across. Now, these guys got their point across, definitely. Some of the things that they talked about were irrelevant to my life, but they were relevant to Toes. And I will say this, man, I respect that man to the utmost, always have. I've had conversations with that man in the past, a long time ago, and I will tell you, great conversations. Facts. Now, a lot of people seem to get me confused with the next poop butt, right? Hey, Gun, Gil's doing numbers, you're hating on him. No, hell no. Oh, hell no, right? Let me tell you something, homie. I don't hate on nobody. See, I got my own lane. I do my own thing. Like I said, kiss me through the phone. I'm doing it through the Metro phone, man. And I've been doing it that way. And I'm going to continue to do it that way. You see that the gunner right there? He's going to continue to strive and struggle for what he truly believes in. And that's Brown. And there's no denying I've never switched up. One thing I'll say for sure is I don't have to get along with everybody. I don't have to subscribe to everybody. I don't have to help everybody, but I do what I can. You see, I'm subscribed to American Cholo. You ask me why. Gun, I thought you guys didn't get along. He don't like you. And I don't give a fuck what he likes. One thing I do care about is what I like. And what I like is information, education, and to see the brown people come up. And I don't care who you are or what your status is, or if you're a dropout, or if you're active, or if you've never been nowhere but you still think you're active, or if you want to go somewhere, you can go there. I won't. There's just a lot of different things that it encompasses, and none of that matters to me other than this right here, brown and proud. So, my reaction to the interviews, it was good. It was great for the people. It was something that we've been waiting on. I thought it would do much crazier numbers because Julio is definitely a visionary. He's one of ours, gente. And being from Northern California, I've followed his career my whole life, and I've seen everything from 17 Reasons on up, from when this man was in the mean streets of San Francisco, really doing it, putting on people like Burner, putting on people like Seth the Gaffer, putting on people like, working hand in hand with JT the Bigger Figure. Shout out my boy JT, you know what it is. That's a personal friend right there. Just doing things, Messi Marv and San Quinn and all the Mexicanos and Chicanos that he worked with along the way, Mousy and so many others that he helped put on, or that he had some type of inspiration in their lives. A lot of people couldn't have done it without this guy. This guy's a visionary. He crossed color lines. He was smart enough to understand that black and brown coming together was the best move, so he made that his next move. There's just so much that went on in the life and history of him, and I can't wait till the movie is dropped and we're able to see, just how he did it and some of the key points in time that he made them righteous decisions. Shout out again, man. This is a quick one. I don't want to just keep saying the same old thing. So shout out to Gil and Boo Boo and them for holding it down, sitting down, man, and having that conversation. I know it's not an easy thing when North and South comes together. A lot of people that have them old ways of thinking look at it some type of way, man. We don't need them vatos. Nah, we all need each other, bro. You know what I mean? We're like spokes in a date, and if one goes, we all go. You got to think about it like that. This is the future, I said. And there's other people that don't like all of us. So it's time for us to stand our ground, get it together, baby, and make it happen. Anyways, with that being said, I thought you moved with a purpose. There was my reaction to it, okay? I thought it was great. I didn't see nothing bad. Was it a flawless interview? Of course not. Nothing's perfect in this world, but it was good. So make sure you guys go tune in, turn up, and watch it and support. Support the raza at the end of the day. Do I care for Gil? Look, here's the news flash. No, I don't even like his attitude, but I like his podcast. Go figure. With that being said, Moose Move with a purpose. Go ahead and get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the struggle, the strive for being yourself and being the one to take care of your family. You already know what that is, man. That's the business. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. See, I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I honestly, truly believe in, and that's keeping it real. For those of you that are real fake, continue to be real fake. So I'm going to be real. Ain't that White Woods? You said White Woods, not Right Woods. I meant to say that. Orderly brother. The gun. Bang, bang. Raza. Together.